The South African Revenue Service, SARS, announced the annual revenue collection in Pretoria yesterday. SARS have recently faced many difficulties when they experienced a shortfall of 30 billion rand in tax revenue, that is in 2016-2017 fiscal years. The tax ombudsman was given permission by the previous Deputy Minister of Finance, Mcebisi Jonas, to investigate the SARS system that is following a spate of complaints with regards to the delay in paying out tax refunds. The tax ombudsman found that 50% of all complaints reported to SARS were related to delayed refund payouts. So joining us this morning from our studios in Tshwane is Firdous Sallie, the Acting Officer for Business and Tax at SARS. Fellas, good morning. Firdous, good morning to you and welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Palesa, and good morning to our viewers.
Thank you so
Very happy to be here with you this morning.
Thank you. We're delighted to have you here so that you can actually get to break these numbers for us and bring a clearer understanding. Talk to us about this revenue collection. How did it differ from the 2015-2016 fiscal year?
So we saw a tremendous growth of about 9.6% over the last 2015-2016 financial year. Giving us a target starting off with 1175, which was then further reduced to 1152, and then at the revenue estimates, the final revenue estimates in February, when the minister announced the budget speech, it was revised down to 1144, primarily because of the tight economic situation we saw in the country. And if I can break it down for you, PIT, which usually used to be the kingpin in revenue collection, was affected because of the lower than usual job opportunities. We saw a number of job losses happening in the last financial year. We also saw lower bonuses being paid and lower salary increases as a result of the tight economic situation. We also saw lower than usual imports happening into the country, which affected our VAT and product. And that actually overall resulted in the downward revision down to by 30 billion. This is not the only year that we've seen this sort of revision. We saw it a couple of years ago in the 2008-2009 time period, where also due to quite tight economic situations, we had to revise the budget down by 60 billion. But despite that, the SARS staff, the total SARS complement of about 14,000 people, really stepped up specifically in the last quarter of this financial year, understanding how important it is for us to collect all revenues due to the fiscus. I have never seen such superhuman efforts as was portrayed by every single committed SARS employee. And I can tell you, Palesa, I'm especially proud to be a SARS employee and very proud to be the head of the business and individual tax section.
Oh, well, I can imagine. I mean, breaking the 1 trillion tax mark record for the second consecutive year, that calls for a celebration.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I can tell you that as I'm sitting here talking to you, I am so elated and I'm so proud.
Yeah, yeah. But then in 2016, it was
the SARS. I must.
All right, apologies on that one. You can go on, Firdous.
I must tell you, one of the things that I find especially amazing about the SARS employees is that they rally around this target of ours, and the commitment that you can see in the organization is so amazing. I always say that if I could bottle it, I could actually be a billionaire.
Yeah, no,
I can just tell you I'm in awe for all the SARS employees.
Yeah, it is a job well done. I mean, this happened despite the difficult economic times that South Africa finds itself in. But talk to us about the reports. I think it was last year when we were reporting that SARS had actually had a 30 billion rand shortfall. What was happening? Has it been resolved?
No, it hasn't been resolved. We still have a 30 billion rand shortfall. That is when we had to revise the targets down from 1175 to 1144. And as I explained to you, Palesa, it was primarily because of the downward numbers of job losses that we've seen in the country, and because the higher the high increased salary levels that we thought in terms of increases that we did not see coming through, and bonus that was not paid at the same levels of the year before. So that resulted in the 30 billion rand downward revision.
All right. Just quickly, in conclusion, last year it was reported that many institutions were very critical and claiming that even individuals, that SARS has actually withheld their tax refunds. How accurate are the reports? Has SARS been able to resolve that problem? Are people getting their tax refunds now?
Well, maybe I should start off by saying that SARS paid out 222 billion rand of refunds in the last financial year. So that's a significant amount of money, and that is 8% more than the year before. But I must tell you that we also, if I can use VAT as an example, we pay out 89% of VAT returns almost instantaneously. And about 11% of the VAT returns that is submitted to us goes through into the audit divisions. And that could take a little bit longer. And so what I would like to say to the public today is that you too can enjoy being part of the 89%. If we make sure that the documentation that we submit to SARS is 100% accurate, that there are no outstanding returns, that there is no debt outstanding, that there are no discrepancies between the return that you're submitting now and the returns that you've submitted in previous years, as well as making sure that your banking details are correct. And often taxpayers will say, but my banking details are correct. But it's not just what SARS says, it is also the interface into the banks when the banks come back and tell us that the information is incorrect. So I would really like to say to taxpayers that we do not want to keep your money back, because that is your money, and we want to put the money back into the economy as soon as possible, because it aids the entire process in the country. So we have paid out 222 billion rand is a significant amount of money.
It is,
and I can assure you, Palesa, we do not keep people's money back.
All right. No, Firdous, we'll leave it at that, but thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you, Palesa, for having me, and enjoy your day further.
Thank you so much. You have yourself a beautiful day too. Well, that's Firdous Sallie. She is the Acting Chief Officer for Business Individual Tax from the South African Revenue Services, talking to us about South African Revenue Service, of course, announcing their annual revenue collection in Pretoria yesterday. We've also seen the new Minister of Finance, Malusi Gigaba. He was at the briefing, yesterday, saying that SARS is an institution South Africa can actually remain proud of. Let's take a break here on Morning Live. We'll be back right after this.